So let's talk about this one. What is a pluralist democracy? So whenever you're asked what kind of democracy something is, it's important to know that there's not really a massive variation with all the kinds of democracies. You should really just note where the emphasis lies more. So in a pluralist democracy, I would again say it's a system of government in which power lies within the people. But the emphasis on the pluralist democracy is that there is a high decentralization of power, which means that decisions aren't just made in London, for example, in our case. It means that decisions are made in local areas, in local governments. It means it's made in the Welsh Assembly, it's mean in the Scottish Parliament, etc. There is also a really important point of pluralist democracies, and that's that not only is there this decentralization of power, the spread of power, is also that we have a tolerance for different political opinions. That's called pluralism. The opposite of pluralism would be elitism. It means that this power, again, is concentrated instead of dispersed, and it means that people's political opinions are indeed tolerated, and so we have pluralism of ideas. Easy enough. Next kind of democracy we should define is liberal democracy. A liberal democracy is, again, it's just a democracy, but it emphasizes on individual liberties and the limitation of government power, because by limiting government power, we therefore allow individuals more rights. It also has an effective checks and balances and a high level, again, of political tolerance for political opinions. A question that I don't know if we've been asked, but definitely I've seen in the book, is whether the UK in itself is a liberal democracy, and yes, of course it is. You could arguably now more than ever, because there's more use of referendums, there is devolution, the judiciary has been split from the House of Lords, so that just means that there's more access to influence politics. It's not just Parliament in London anymore, or in Westminster, and there's not just one key institution. But it's important to note that the UK is actually also a parliamentary democracy, and it's a form of liberal democracy, but we have the fusion of powers, and that means that our government is held to account by the Parliament, and the other way around as well. And of course, where our Parliament is still the key institution. Sovereignty still lies within Parliament, but power has been dispersed.